Several members of a white supremacist group were arrested in multiple states today, including right here in Texas. Take a look. This is one of two guys arrested up in Montgomery this morning. The FBI says they're members of a conspiracy group. Chris Costa in Montgomery right now. Chris, the FBI is saying one of the members was a former leader of the group called Atomwaffen?
Lennon Mia, that's right. At least that's what the FBI is telling us right now. Investigators left this scene shortly after 4 o'clock this afternoon. They had taken with them several bags of evidence as well as a desktop computer. Now, according to prosecutors in federal court this afternoon, 26-year-old John Cameron Denton and 24-year-old Caleb Cole were both arrested at this home in Montgomery earlier this morning. The FBI believes that Denton was leading a group of violent extremists, and neighbors say they had no idea who was living next door.
It was like 4 or 5 this morning. You heard like a loud bang, kind of peeked out the window, saw a bunch of, law enforcement officers, and it's like, okay, well.
Federal investigators are combing through evidence collected at this home in Montgomery, one where prosecutors say they arrested John Cameron Denton and Caleb Cole Wednesday morning. The FBI says those men are members of a white supremacist group, Atomwaffen.
These neo-Nazis called their group Atomwaffen, which is the German phrase for atomic weapon. And they vowed to accelerate the collapse of civilization using violence, mass murder, hate, and threat.
FBI agents across the country arrested at least 5 people on Wednesday, people they say are connected to Atomwaffen. Court documents show Denton is accused of calling in several fake threats known as swatting in Virginia in late 2018, one to a politician, one to Old Dominion University, and another to a church. Arrest records show Caleb Cole was driving this same blue Ford Focus a few months ago when he and another man were arrested in the town of Post, Texas, carrying several assault-style weapons. Authorities in Washington state issued arrest warrants for Cole about a month after that traffic stop. Neighbors told us they saw a Nazi flag hanging in the home during Wednesday's raid.
Yeah, it's a little weird knowing that's like right next door to you. It makes
Now, neighbors here say they would usually see about 4 or 5 people outside of this home. The investigators and the prosecutors today said nobody else was home at the time of this raid. We also heard from the Anti-Defamation League, who had been tracking Denton for several years and had a lot of history about Denton and his activities with this group. You can find more of that information on our website, khou.com. Back to you.